What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Alpha to Omega 2. So, fun story time with Gray for just a bit. I've had a run of weird luck. In the same day that I get a phone call from a friend saying that, they were lucky enough and they were happy they were going to actually get to go on this trip together that we were planning on going. Guess what? My computer BSODs. Okay? BSODs while I'm doing an update. For those of you who don't know what that does, that messes your computer up horribly. I had to reinstall Windows. I had to get rid of everything. Okay? Now, mind you, this all happened at about the same time, mind you, that a power outage happened, so I don't know if the two are correlated at all, whatsoever, because it was just enough of a flicker, the computer didn't actually turn off, but shortly after it BSOD'd. I can only figure that they're correlated, but I don't know. So, I reinstall Windows. I look at the timer. It's 2 minutes. This all happened 2 minutes before we could fly this flipping thing. Before we could fly this ship. 2 minutes. So what is this? This is our Hurricane. This is that ship I was saying we were gonna try and fly. Now, mind you, it's not fully fitted right now because I can't bring this online just yet. I've got like a couple of days I gotta wait to bring it online. Although, I have been enjoying the hell out of this thing. The capacitor depleting, really not as much of an issue as I thought it was gonna be. But, what's really cool is, so I've been going and getting the loot, right? Well, I realized that rather than mining, I could just turn the loot into minerals to be able to reprocess into ships. I've actually, just today, since I got this thing back up and running, I have been going and just running sites and trying to figure out exactly, like, how does this thing function? Because I didn't want to bring you guys back and be like, oh, let's go fly to a combat ship. Oh, crap, I blew it up. Like, I wanted to kind of know what I was doing, at least a little bit. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna warp to. No, don't do that. Stop. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and warp within 20 of this little hideaway. Hideaways aren't excessively difficult, but it'll give you guys a good idea. The premise from Alpha to Omega for the sniper ship actually still holds pretty well true. Shoot things from afar. If they can't get to you, you deal more damage, and they die before they can ever get to you. And that's kind of what this ship does, which is great. Which is really great. It's able to run all the way down to 0.5 combat sites. There's somebody here running this one, so we'll go to another one because I don't like stepping on nobody's toes. So we'll just go ahead and warp within 20 to this next one.
Active.
I could probably kill that before he even gets there. That's the kind of cool thing about this ship. Like, if you really want to be a dick, you could just sit at long range, never get into the fight, let them hard tank, and just snipe things out from under them. Which, I'm not using it for that. I'm really not. But our mammoth production is kind of slowed, but our money income has not. We've been getting payments, if you look at my journal list, we've been getting payments for killing rats, basically. Which, again, it's like, it doesn't pay a lot, but it does pay. So, I mean, there is that. And if one of these connects, and notice how I say if, it's not always a guaranteed connect. That's kind of the weird thing with this. But if it connects, you can see it's pretty well dead. I mean, now granted, this is a battle cruiser in a .7. I can't believe they let Alphas fly battle cruisers. This is crazy for me. But at the same time, it's like, okay, they're willing to let him step up to a little bigger ship and such, and because of that allows you to go into deeper and deeper, like areas. And this is one of the things I was talking about. Like, if they get in too close, I don't know what it is about this ship, but for some odd reason, if they're too close, you can't hit. Now, that's just kind of my inexperience with combat ships. I'm still not not really understanding exactly how they function. As much as I hate to admit that, I really don't. I would love it if somebody could explain that to me. But I have been able to get some fairly decent loot out of these. If I ever get anything that would be over $1 million, I would sell it rather than scrap it. But I've mostly gotten ammo and such, which does give Megasite. I don't think the ammo does, but at least some of the stuff I've been getting gives Megasite, which is something we need. Need a lot of, actually, because you need like 32 to make 2 mammoths or something crazy like that. So you'll notice that this whole time they've been just missing. And about the time we hit the 7 or 8K mark, they'll start hitting again. And again, I don't really know why that is. I don't know like what I'm doing that's incorrect. See, there's the 6.9 and dead. You know, and these guys are out at 24K. I can just stop the ship here and turn off the afterburner, and they're gonna go pop real quick. So, boop, boop. You just boop them on the nose and they just explode. I don't know why. They just explode. But yeah, so this has been an interesting journey. I luckily, as stupid as this sounds, I had luckily just recently done a like backup of my documents onto an external hard drive, so I had that at least. I didn't lose all my documents. I did lose a couple of bits of footage, which I just hadn't uploaded yet. Nothing important, just a new series we were thinking about doing. Me and a friend have been playing a lot of Raft, and in all honesty, I kind of wanted to, give him a shout out because he does fun content. I enjoy a lot of the stuff that he and his older brother do, and in fact, that's who I'm going to see in a couple of months. Or well, not a couple of months, like at the end of this month. I'm so excited. But yeah, I mean that's running like a basic combat site. You can tell they didn't even scratch us. One thing I have thought about changing out on this though, which you can see all these right here. This is how we make this whole build work, right? Well, considering these are all mediums, and we don't usually need it except for the sites that have missile turrets, I was thinking about changing one of these out and changing it out for a stasis webifier. And the reason for that is because there are some targets that are just so fast, once they get on top of you, the only thing that can hit them is the missiles. And that's not good. That's very not good. Because, well, I mean, if you can't hit your target, you can't kill it, right? It's pretty basic. That's worth about 2,000. It'll be worth, as sad as that is to say, it'll be worth more as materials than it will be as, than as its actual sell value. Now, see, the cool thing is I found out you can actually use these as an alpha. If you get in a ship that you want to run with a buddy, you can run these capacitor transmitters and some other, like, cool things like armor and shield generators and, the things that you would think, like, really you wouldn't want to let alphas do, because then that encourages people to make a lot of accounts to, go and basically cover the butts of other people. But it's not that broken, that I'm finding. Like, for instance, if I put a capacitor transmitter on this, like this, well, once we pick up this wreck and start moving to the next one. Yeah, that's the other thing, though. This ship is so slow. Like, I have this on here, and it's, like, top speed's 363. But then again, because it's a battlecruiser, I don't think it's supposed to go fast. Just based on my knowledge, I don't... That was worth a little bit. I don't believe they're worth a whole lot. But, like, you see how much capacitor I have, right? So let's look at how much does this transfer? This transfers... Capacitor warfare resistance bonus, volume, structure, fitting. I thought this would tell me how much it transmits. Maybe not. Capacitor bonus. Oh no, this is just a battery. This is just a battery. I was thinking this was a No. We did get it. Oh, yeah, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That would be why. There we go. So, energy transfer amount, 32 points of capacitor. For some of those faster, flightier ships, that may be all they really need, to be honest. Because they don't need a whole lot of capacitor, and, like, if you were to fit that on here, right, it'd take a high slot, so let's say I took out my missiles for it, which I don't know why I would do that, but you could. I've got so much capacitor to spare. 32 points is not going to hurt me. You know, like 32 points, even 38 points is not going to hurt me at all. Because it's so, like, I can transmit it and not even care. The thing is, though, if I'm transmitting to a fast ship, I would want, by the way, there's a guy here doing this, but we'll show you what you can do. So, target one of these guys, go ahead and just approach. Just kind of get a little bit closer. Now that is a rather interesting thing about this thing. It doesn't target real fast. And I don't know if I could get a thing that would make it go faster or not, or whether or not that would be, if that's even a thing. Which if it's not, I mean, that's fine. I didn't know if it would be or not. But yeah, that's definitely a thing that we have to deal with. Oh, are you a salvager? Oh, I wish I'd have known. I would have given you all my wrecks. I didn't know you were in the area. Oh, I feel bad now, because I had tons of wrecks. Like I said, well, I was testing this thing out to try and figure out exactly how it all, you know, works out and everything. Now I have to make sure that since he's a salvager, I ban it all nearby. Do not ask me again. Yes. And the reason that I'm gonna do that is because if he's actually salvaging, these wrecks, that gives him more profit, and it makes me seem like less of a dick because I'm just giving him whatever's in the wrecks. I just want to shoot stuff, right? I just want to shoot stuff and watch it go boom. So, you know, that's one way you can help out your fellow Eve players. Is if you get wrecks and like it's something you don't want, right? Just abandon it and let them have it. Which that one's taking a little while to become a wreck. I don't know why. So then I'll do abandon all nearby wrecks, which gets you money. Like I said, like money's not really that hard once you get to this thing. Now, mind you, like I said, this was 100 million ISK craft for all the fittings and everything. Yeah, I think he's salvaging. Let's see, pilot. Start convo. See if he'll talk. See if he'll talk. Just start off with the standard 07 whenever he joins. You know, whether he joins or not. That's always kind of a common courtesy. If he'll respond, great. I'm just gonna basically ask him, hey, if you're salvaging, do you want me to keep you in mind when I have wrecks? You know. Because I've been producing lots of wrecks that I can't salvage. I can't do anything with them. They just sit there and they rot. But if he's actually a salvager, which it looks like he is since these wrecks are disappearing, you know, we'll see. You know, because if they'll join conversation, great, and it encourages, you know, player-to-player communications. If they don't, no big deal. I've already abandoned my wrecks. I've done my thing. Let him have them so he can salvage them. You know, he may not do anything. Yeah, he's warping off, so. Okay. I mean, and that's kind of the thing you'll run into is occasionally, players just they won't want anything to do with you. So, but that's gonna be it for this episode. A little bit of story time, a little bit of watching how the guns work. The ship looks amazing. I'll be honest. There is a skin for this ship that I want ever so dearly. I either want to get this one because it looks so pretty. Like, mind you, I assume these are a bad faction to want to wear their skin for, but like, doesn't that just look so pretty? But like, I like that one and I like this one. I particularly like this one because of the black to red fade. It just looks so menacing and so awesome. And then you got like the skull white print right here. So like, those are ones that I really enjoy. Spirit's not bad. Might have to look and see if that one's pretty cheap. But, so, that's it for Alpha to Omega 2. Much hearts to everybody who leaves a like. Much hearts to everybody who subscribes. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Later.